abundance of different walls you have as well with Vanity's utility. But already, underway we go, straight back in with our second map of PaperX versus Cloud9. And it is an aggressive start once again for PaperX. They are already taking full A control. Vanity has the spike. He needs to get out of here.
Yeah, Forsaken and Jing, they spot the contact and they run right back, conceding the control. And maybe grabbing the orb on the way out of there. And they might intend to after.
Look at where all of the utility is for Benkai. It's basically just trying to stop them taking that back of sight. The second the turret takes contact, they don't really have anywhere else to go. So he just wants to make sure it's easier to try and retake it from there. And the second they try and move, they're forced into the open. A kill for free, but they don't manage to win the rest of the fights.
Yeah, look, a great setup, great execution on it, but the return was there immediately. The heal going back up, and well, bar 30 HP on Vanity, this is a huge advantage to play with, and he's going to be just snuck up close on the wall, playing with his team. Now, right behind's being spotted, the turret, at least managing to find Divide. They know there's at least one, now spotting both. That's 2 out of 3. They'll focus a lot on taking, well, I thought maybe behind on fighting, but instead they look forward, they look to take Jing. This is going to leave them in a bit of an awkward position. Good old Leaf is alone, and he doesn't give a damn. 3 kills, damage done, Mind Freak on 30. Round should be over. Getting this defuse, near impossible. That nano not going to be in play, but just one bullet, and it was bound to find its mark. Another pistol to start off the map, going to C9.
Yeah, I think Jing may have been. So he basically just had to peek straight into a headshot angle, and it made it very, very easy for them to pick him off. Then the remaining players could just all watch towards long.
Those 2 of those kills were just obscene. He spammed off Leaf. You know, over on PaperX, we saw a very close start to the map, but they really, really tapered off at the end. We can't have that happening this time around. It's their opponent's map pick. And on the defense, you know, there's a lot of complications here. I know that you're going to be playing retake a lot with the comp you're up against. That Phoenix wall in particular can be so valuable for just getting you into elbow, denying all of that space. And it's exactly what you see them do. Pop the wall, you're now in elbow, and when this goes down, they're actually stood there waiting. Very smart not to push the elbow up against the pistols, and they get the reward here, 4v2.
Yeah, a couple of low players. Actually, Jing's going to get one with the right click. A nice shot, but they'll manage to retrieve most of the weaponry anyway. They had some low buys.
He has a flash, and I thought he's going to flash and Zepp is going to push with the Stinger, right? That kind of makes sense. But he pushed. He went first, got classicked, and then the Stinger followed. They did get the trade, which is what you want at the end of the day, but he knew he was going down for the trouble.
They're going all in. They have actually just purchased up around this to make sure they have that 4-buy into this round. Still with a little bit of extra cash in the bank. Benkai's already gone.
Ult orb, there it is.
He was expecting that he would have maybe an easier fight because of the weaponry. Now you have yourself to run it back online as well.
And that's because Celsius ran into elbow last round. If he flashed for his teammate, he wouldn't have that orb. He wouldn't have the ult. And now he can use that to take space. Although, they might need to take space in their own spawn, looking at things. 3 players here, updraft, spots him, Leaf, still gets massive value. And oh, you smart boy, Mind Freak, you absolute animal. He snuck past one, managed to completely evade the Phoenix, shut down a kill, and now he's trapped them. Gorgeous round, what a recovery. Zeppa has to do it all. The flash there, Seeker's online, but he's got a good idea where Jing is. Waits a moment, pops in, and he's got to win this fight.
Oh, he tries to go for the wall, tries to get something out of it, but instead it's going to be the Red Bull clutch coming through from Zeppa. I believe he's still
having a good start to it. A Mind Freak, what a good attempt. You really can't take that away from him. The plant position was perfect. The Phoenix luckily was far enough back to not get caught.
That's got to be frustrating for Jing as well. He gets the wall down, maybe he can get it to half before actually having to take a fight, and instead it's just going to be that 1 player remaining. But that's enough. Still a purchase on the side of C9. It's not the greatest in the world, but when you look at what's on the other side, I don't think you're going to mind too much.
I got to say, the watch parties for each team, man, you can see the regions coming out to support them. Crazy hours. We've had a bunch of teams, 6, 7, 8 a.m., and it's packed out. The energy's high. You'd love to see it. Right here, though, the PaperX scene. We saw they were disappointed. We saw the same from Alex. A bad reaction from the coach as they now force themselves down to an eco, just a few pistols, a Marshall. And really in these rounds, you're relying on catching them on the way into the site. The post plant is much harder to deal with.
Almost acting as a turret from above. Ye is just going to mow them down as they attempt to enter the site. Not a single frag being found. And well, Benkai's flank is much to be desired. Yeah, he has definitely realized that this is possible. A nice shot. The IGL still got it. Can he get anything more? Yes, he can. Nice.
Well done.
Couple of kills coming through. Again, a bit of cost, and bear in mind, the economy isn't great of the full rifles this time.
This is the opportunity for sure. Ulti's there to back them up. Maybe a safety net that they can fall back on. You know, I said the post plant, but then they ended up actually killing 4 people before planting, just constantly attempting it and then getting another duel offered up, baiting them into the fights, shutting them down, and just the control we're seeing from C9 right now is hard to imagine them giving an easy round away. This is one that Paper X will have to fight hard for right away. You've got a smoke and a flash from Zelsis. That was a close shot, but Forsaken returns one of his own.
Yeah, this is what we wanted to see. Operator in hand. A chance now to take those brawls onto B-Long. Has a little bit of support. In fact, I'm looking, yeah, the utilities in behind them. Maybe expecting them to try and get that little bit more aggressive.
Oh, I mean, this kind of sucks from the perspective of Paper X. They played retake on B so much, and for the last 20 seconds, they've had 3 players over there with 1 on the double doors. This is the round that they're kind of relying on fighting them on the way through and punishing a little bit more, having that 5v4, but instead, the team looked to make it towards A, so as C9 moved towards A, it was maybe going to be bad with just 1 player there. But Paper X now seem to be shifting yet again, playing the retake on B finally. And then C9, as if they can look across the stage at their monitors, have gone back to B. They've played this round with such patience, and Paper X have almost just outthought themselves.
Yeah, the lockdown in play, it almost seems like this utility is just a plan to try and stop them pushing to get rid of it. They're not going to be able to do anything against it. Any attempt to push up is not going to do a single thing, and that will be held. Rez will bring back Zeppa, so they're just going to hold in that back line. And now the full force of Paper X has made it into position, but there is that wraparound. However, that info will be had.
He is on the way so quickly. The distraction here from Zelsis could be huge. He's just going to be popping the flash through, keeping these players on their toes. There it is, the swing, the kill. But all the while, they're just waiting for this flank to be completed. Oh, they're watching it! Paper X ready for everything! Their spidey senses started to tingle, and that'll get around on the board.
Yeah, that util setup, I will say from Benkai is one. I've just been staring at it the entire round. It's either an attempt to stop while having to stack up on the other side of the map, but even still, that is a lot of utility committed just for that one purpose.
It is, and it's, you know, the first round we see on the boards is not necessarily going to be something we certainly expect to repeat itself. There you go. Those people certainly want that to be the case.
It's like 7 a.m. now.
It is, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, all of those guys just ready to watch their team play. Zelsis is a little bit stuck. They're going to have heard him within the slow. The combination, nice to force them back. And again, that space going to be taken. Prowler will get the information that they're no longer there. But on the other side of the map, Forsaken has just walked up, taken complete control.
That's an interesting angle. He's, I don't want to call that holding, preparing to swing on out. This is, of course, waiting for a flash to come around from the sky so he could avoid being seen by it even. Then catch the kill. But eventually he'll fall back, play the long angle on B.
Oh.
The A side might need help.
The thing is though, trade back, turn things into a 4 versus 4. Benkai is still hiding close with the judge, but instead they're going to pressure onto Jing, waiting patiently. First one goes his way. He's going to go back for more, maybe a bit of an overface. Gives a chance again in this round. Benkai tries something crazy. They're taking damage, but every peek just hands Lee for kill. And while Devi, there's a couple of low players, but he is nowhere near the action. Maybe a little bit of hesitation here from C9. Which direction do they go?
I think Leaf is trying to fake the steps over for Devi, so he hears him running and thinks, oh yeah, that's probably the straggler. That's the last guy going over to the other side of the map. To what now looks to be a flash in the pan for Paper X. They're going to call a timeout to try and solve these issues. And again, very good time for it, because right now it's starting to feel like second half of map 1.
Yeah, no, they are getting
Look at that nod, that confidence from MCE. They also have a lockdown, and they're very close to having Seekers.
Oh, this is so aggressive. This is straight push through. It's just going to be the 1-for-1 trade, and the thing is, they do have a res. The problem is, this space is not being given up. In fact, Zelsis is going to push to try and take more of it. The slow is going to stop him. The wall will do even more. He's not going to be able to get anything with the amount of time that was left.
It was close, though. He almost got a bullet off. If that slow goes down, 0.2 of a second later, I reckon he gets a kill out of that. But in the end, okay, he's reset, and that early space is sort of denied. It's slowed down for sure. Problem is, that kill they got was one of the rifles. Bankai and Devi are at a huge disadvantage in any fight they take.
Are they going to go around behind them? Maybe expecting them to eventually take this A site. The only way they could get that res is to go around the back. Now, the lockdown's going to deny them much of a chance for any heroics. Not really in a place where they can just run back into the site and opt to fight them. And C9 playing this one desperately safe, making sure there's no shenanigans here. It's a bait, though. Or is it? It looked like a bait. The spike was going in the other direction. C9 have now just got that control for free and sort of realizing, okay, we could fake this out. We could try and go into the setup of Bankai, but it just isn't worth it anymore. And with the wraparound catching, Mind Freak, A site is open for business.
So many teams would have walked into that trap. They would have given Ben something, at least the information. He was solo holding the B site. You got to give props to him. He's coming into this round with a shorty so that he can just sit in a corner on B, have his utility play contact, and let his team try to work that A control. Ambitious, a good idea. That's why we saw that hyper-aggressive start to make up for the weakness on B. But again, it's just met by this fantastic adaptation from C9. They are so quick on their toes. And it seems like they're always making the right call, even in that round where they went B at the start, then they went A. And then, when those players are stacked up on A with whatever little hints they're getting, they went back to B and walked onto the site for free. It's consistent beyond belief.
Oh, Bankai. Not really much to save in this scenario. At least he's going to be able to find a gun, so just going to run into the spike, at least get the extra credits. The problem is, that's really where they're vulnerable again. This wasn't an eco. This wasn't them saving. There wasn't
C9 are ready every time. These risks not paying off. Now we're left to pistols again. Somehow this will be the round Paper X end up taking. Hello! Bankai just ran up beside them, but shy of any impact. The flash did catch him, it's worth saying.
Yeah, the trade's effective once again for C9. Moving as a unit versus this weaker purchase. They will have spotted that on the scoreboard. Operator in play for Ye as he looks to lead the charge. I won't lie, he hasn't had the most to do so far in this game, and, well... He was ready. Okay. Completely executed. I think the updraft hurt by Ye, the only angle he could possibly be in.
Of this tournament, a team that we know for making deep runs. As I said in the past, both of these rosters lost out to Team Liquid. We saw it actually very recently, the start of this map, I believe, we threw up a statistic, and if I'm not mistaken, it was 763 days, might have been the previous map actually, was the Core 4 had their first official of this Paper X squad. They have been together 763 days, only ever swapping out one player at a time, making the best roster decisions we've seen in the scene, or at least top 5 for sure.
Aggressive. Oh, the flash is perfect, but he does just about manages to dash away. Zels has done so well to just deny any space being taken. The amount of times that he has just pushed Paper X all the way back, and this composition, well, it should work for them sitting back with the amount of utility they have, but it hasn't. A missed shot for Forsaken, he's out of there. Now it's left onto Mind Freak. He has to be that anchor, and he gets absolutely nothing as well. The rotation coming through from Devi, but it's one and done. Another easy take for Cloud9 as they are destroying this Paper X side, destroying one of the hopes of Pacific. Namojing, yeah, he's got a res, but he needs a few kills before he can get anywhere near a teammate.
Yeah, he's got to be picking them off. Even if there was a teammate right in front of him, you're not doing it in this 1v4, but 2v4 as it would be if the res was free. In the end, I think the call is save it, and you're walking right. Well, he's actually able to walk right past that wall, so it's not too bad. But yeah, this time's just gone way too much. Saving the weapon now seems to be the main challenge, and they know where he is. They might want to deny it, and with Ye holding the angle, he was never getting out of there. 8-1. The lead extends further in Cloud9's favor. We were sat at 4-3. Hell, we went into round 16, 8-7. And here we are. I feel like Paper X have gone missing ever since then, and there's no sign of them coming back just yet.
No, it does just seem that C9 have got this on lock. There has been, other than that, well, every single push we've seen from them, those deep takes, even with 3-4 players, most of the time has resulted in a single kill. That's all they've really managed to get. Other than that, it has been squeaky clean for Cloud9. They are looking like that super team that we sort of expected when this roster was formed, but coming into the tournament this early and looking this good, that is terrifying.
It's not just the fact that they're winning. It's not just the score against the team that they're against. It's how they're doing it.
Yeah.
It's just so meticulous. There's no gaps. Even when you had that little updraft play, obviously, yeah, expects him on top of the wall. You heard him updrafting, but it's just like you get yourself in these weird little positions. You think, oh, I've got a good shot. Bang. Every time there's a response. Okay, let's see if PaperX can get in there with the weak weapons on long range and a collateral kill later. We know that the answer is a resounding no. 9 looking to be on the board. It would be a... Well, let's not call it too early. That was a good shot with the gap in the smoke.
He's dead. These lurks as well. We've seen Vanity and Leaf pretty much trade places throughout rounds to get in behind them. And that was a 4-man stack.
30 seconds left.
And they eliminate the first few with utter ease, barely breaking a sweat. It might be warm in Brazil, but C9 are cool as a cucumber. Mind Freak, no hope. Leaf is just hitting every single shot. 9-1. This is not the way I thought this map was going to go. I was expecting another back and forth display, but right now, C9 are just better.
The last 20 rounds that we've seen have proven that, Tom. I mean, oh, look at it. Little flick, there you go. He's too good. And the fact that they line up and
we call it.
It's 9-1. That's not that ambitious of a call.
They've got to at least get a round. They've got to get something.
Well,
make it the curse.
Exactly.
Then maybe there's some hope. That's all we've got.
I didn't smell any sage burning when I walked in the building today. I put Golden Boy in charge, and he's let us down. So the curse might be live, but PaperX need to get there. And that's a whole nother story. Zelsis immediately running it down. You can deafen him, but let's see you deal with him past the slow already. Molly in, wall up. They're going into heaven. They're going into their own spawn, taking the fight right to PaperX. And they'll get a kill for their trouble before planting and leaving it for the retake. It just,
yeah, this is obscure. 3 players coming back through mid. They're going to aggress forward as well and manage to find another, giving them the advantage once again. Lockdown put into play on either side, but they can just push into the spawn. And another! Just a couple of rounds in a row, he's managed to do so much. It's left on Forsaken. He's going to get caught by the ultimate as well. And sure, the same will happen to Vanity on the other side, but it doesn't matter. They had 5-7,
and I remember. Oh, look at it. Look at it.
Oh.
Is that the same 2 players? Is that the same 2 players last time? It doesn't even matter. Yeah, honestly, just like we were at 8-7. I said the exact words. What a treat of a game we've had. They've got 2 rounds since then. What is going on in 763 days? We have never seen a team challenge PaperX like this. Cloud9 putting them to shame and showing that their map pick certainly has no weaknesses. Not so far anyways. And I don't see any coming around the corner on their defense. It would have to be atrocious.
Well, at least that's one for Forsaken.
Okay.
He's trying to just take this into his own hands, give them the smallest amount of hope, but they've still got to deal with this push onto the site. Again, Zelsis has just been fantastic at taking this space. He hasn't dealt with Jing. Still just sat in the back lines. Spike is going to go down. Just trying to make a play through it. Try and take a bit of a risk. This jump up has been the bane of Ye's life. He's attempted it so many times and finally makes the move forward. An instant trade. Jing might not know he's above. Might not know, but he's realized with the wall that there has to be someone up there.
Expected to look at Raz in here though. 5v2. It should be near impossible to deny. Are you kidding? Already a double kill. Okay, they'll deal with Ye. You gotta watch out for Zelsis. Luckily, not quick enough this time. The Molly left a small gap, but they had plenty of time left in the end. 10-2. Tom, 3 rounds. We've seen it happen. C9 are defending, right? That's it. Another nail in the coffin for PaperX, who now have to go on the attack up against a team who've been nearly impossible to even scratch the surface of. And this team, by the way, has Ye. He's a pretty good player. He's middle of the scoreboard, Tom, and it's 10-2. Get out of here.
See you later, Ye. Deal with that one. A decent start for Forsaken. He's going to hide within the smoke, play aggressive, just try and get in the faces, just making it work with the shorty, looking for a little bit more. That one was almost stolen away, and he's going all the way in. Finally be put down, and again, this starts to swing back in the other direction. A couple of kills coming through for the likes of C9, but it's left all onto Leaf. He's had an amazing game so far. This would have to be the best of them. 2 players remain, both playing deep. He has 25 HP.
Good luck to him. Of all the rounds that we've seen, this one surely is where PaperX find that third, and there it is. The pistol round going their way. We need to see a lot more than that, but if I'm not mistaken, that's the first pistol they've won. C9 kicked off map 1 with the pistol, kicked off the second half, and then lost the follow-up round, and then answered back, if I recall correctly. Oh no, actually, they did the Stinger buy, didn't they? They round 2 Stinger bought, and they won the round. So we're 50-50 on pistol, which takes even more excuses
for
out.
PaperX. A bit of an investment. Yay with the Marshal is always scary, especially in the position he's in. Waiting for someone to give him just an inch. And that could be enough. Already the tag. Jing will heal himself, but not for a lot.
Not for anything that matters to a Marshal player. Still a shot to the body to take it down, but he won't land the shot. A rare miss from Ye, a good angle from Jing. And we end up with intention to go B canceled. I don't know if it was what they spotted, but whatever's happened, they've made the right call. 4 players stacked up from C9, and PaperX are going A.
This is a free site. I think C9 just basically playing the bait. Okay, let's see if they come back in our direction. If not, either we run in, try and do some damage, or literally just die to the spike. It's not going to be the end of the world. They are so ridiculously far in the lead that they don't need to take any real gambles. For PaperX, though, keeping this clean is important.
Look at where this guy is. Forsaken, he's just sat in mid, lurking on... What?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
He shouldn't have been there. You shouldn't have expected him to be there, and he didn't. And oh, no.
Okay.
That was even the angle that he was aiming at on the way out, Tom.
I'm just going to make a plea. I know we like troll replays. I understand.
Don't do it, please.
I understand production. We like troll replays.
It's always funny.
We like, haha, funnies, he missed.
Listen, there's people at 9:30 a.m. sitting in Singapore cheering their hearts out. I do not want to see a replay of that, please.
Just this once.
That would be Forsaken. I'll tell you that.
Let's just not, okay?
I'm just waiting. They're going to do it, Tom. I know they're hoping for once.
No. Oh, we get it from the other.
Okay, you know what? That's fine. That's good. I like that replay. That shows a good shot from Leaf, and we don't need to pretend we didn't see the first few bullets. All good. Great reaction. Since round 16 of map number 1.
Forsaken as a judge.
Yes.
He's going to do the same thing again. He's going to do exactly the same thing again. Now, they've put a lot of their killjoy utility a lot deeper, so he's likely going to get hit by quite a lot of it as he tries to make his way through. This is a pretty bold attempt to try and do this when going into this sort of round.
He's got his flash in his hand. He's ready to pop this for the contact of Leaf. There it is. The smoke goes up. It actually keeps Leaf fully able to see, and he's taken Forsaken down. Denial of that strategy that netted so much inside of that pistol. Nano to push Jing back. No plant for now, but that wall has to be broken.
Yeah, they've done well already. Zephyr with another will take the Divide. They're getting absolutely nothing. Cloud9 again. It almost just seems like a blip on their radar. The second they try and redo a strategy, it's already been figured out. It's already been countered. Well, Bankai, he at least has a rifle.
There's a Nano.
He might be able to steal the spike. Can just try and fall away. The thing is, though, you can already see on the other side of the map, it's being patiently held by Vanity, so there's not anywhere to go back to, and they've only got 30 seconds.
Ben's already got Nanos down for post-plant, but it doesn't look like we're going to make it there. Cloud9 again have the answer. A beautiful response. You can see the thought, and this is what defense. The writing was on the wall there, but this is truly just an outrageously clean performance.
Yeah.
Even here, did you see that? The last bullet that broke the wall, one more went through, and it killed the planter. Just...
a well-regimented, impressive team fighting the flames of PaperX. Now they need this orb. They need to get themselves that Blade Storm, something extra to play with. Give Forsaken away through.
He's gonna line up!
Okay. He has just tapped his way in.
Oh, that's one way to do it, man. Just straight through the wall. Just guess. He might be here. Yep. There he is. Quick headshot. Does the business. C9. Man disadvantage to start with. Flash from Zelsis. Trying to catch them when they push up after the lockdown. The trade there, not fantastic. They keep going Paper Rex's way. One return. Mind Freak, Forsaken Jing on their way towards this site still with that lurk coming in. Oh, that's a great flash.
The no-look. He's just flexing on him. And Zeppina has a chance. Now the wall is going to be broken. A player on the other side, Forsaken, doesn't land the shot immediately. Flash very far away from being back online, but Seekers might give it to him.
Smart.
It is going to be the res instead, but he's going to go swinging. What is that from Zeppa? He just eliminates everyone! Basically sends Paper X home and puts 12 on the board for C9. How on earth does he win that?
That is one of the greatest clutches. Out of spawn, swung in, knowing that the spawn player would be point of contact, and knowing that Sage was gonna go for the res. That is just outrageous. He predicted exactly how they were gonna play that. An ace to close it 12-4. They have 8 chances to eliminate Paper X, a team that at international events they've been many a time. They have never lost an opening matchup. They've never lost to North America. And this might be where they finally fall early on in a tournament, their opening match, an elimination this time. And when it finally matters the most, it doesn't look like they've got the response. That wall up top, he's already down below. Yay, wanting to take a shot, but he's not given an opportunity. And now he's starting to rotate. Okay, I was expecting him to keep going a little bit when I saw him move past the box, but he is just going to tuck in here. We're going to have a very slow round play out while Paper X cautiously move through. They are worried about an operator at every turn.
Yeah, I don't really blame them at this point. Vanity still jump spotting, just making sure that any information could be had, and Mind Freak is gone.
You horrible person. He has that wall up, and you see that they're immediately like, okay, yeah, he's on top of the wall. He's going to peek from on top of the wall. He's going to peek from on top of the wall. Then the dude just swings into connector and kills you.
Ooh. Almost goes down. That's at least something. Low on HP.
Going to get a heal.
It's going to be forced
30 seconds
to go back. Orb taken as well from Zelsis. That's going to put the run it back online. They can literally just play retake on this B site. You're going to have so much space to be taken. And well, now it will be an afterplant. But other than that, there's not a lot to play with. Are they not going to give it? Not going to give it to Benkai? No, instead, Forsaken is actually going to go aggressive. I was thinking maybe he'd go and try and get that lockdown into play. Zelsis already finding another. It's left all onto Ben. This kill won't even grant him anything. He needs an instant shot and it's done. It is.